What's happening, guys? I'm TechSource, and today we are building an epic Razer-themed gaming PC inside the new Lian Li O11 dynamic Razer case. Some of this Razer gear is also going to be given away at the end of this video, including the case, so if you guys want to enter, make sure to stick around. Lian Li is also having a promotion on their new Razer case, and I'll drop a link below if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, with that said, let's begin. I want to give huge thanks to Raid for sponsoring today's video. Raid Shadow Legends is the most ambitious RPG game of 2019, and it's gonna change everything. It's the most immersive experience you will find on a smartphone. It's got all the features you'd expect from a brand new RPG title, like an amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize. I mean, just look at the level of details on these champions. The game is free to play, and there's an upcoming special launch tournament with crazy in-game prizes and a real-life physical prize pack. So go to the description section and download Raid using my link to get 50,000 silver immediately and a free epic champion as part of the new player program. So the processor we're going with is the 9900K 8-core 16-thread Coffee Lake processor, and we're going to pair that with the almighty MSI Duke RTX 2080 Ti. Cooling the 9900K for now is the Corsair H150 Pro RGB AIO. The reason why it's temporary because after this build, I'm actually going to convert this PC into a fully custom modded water-cooled build, so that's going to be fun. The motherboard we are going with is the MSI Godlike, since that is what you guys voted in the comment section of the unboxing video. After all, this is a high-end build, so why not go with the best that MSI has to offer. We're going to occupy all 4 DIMM slots with a quad channel kit from Jail. We got 32 gigs of the super loose RGB RAM sticks at 2400 megahertz. For storage, we are adding a single M.2, the 970 EVO from Samsung. However, we are adding 2 additional SSDs for a RAID 0 configuration. You guys might be wondering why, and my simple answer is purely for aesthetics, because the Lian Li Razer case has 2 SSD trays on the bottom, so I do want to occupy those, mainly because we have some awesome SSD covers from V1 Tech that I want to show off. So yeah, purely aesthetic reasons. We're not actually going to even use any of the storage other than downloading games on there to benchmark. Powering the entire build is a fully modular gold certified power supply from Corsair. We got the HX850, and of course everything is going inside the newly released Lian Li O11 Dynamic Razer Edition with tempered glass panels, a Razer logo in the front, and addressable RGB lighting. We do have some extra mods to spice up the build, like an RGB backplate from V1 Tech that has the Razer logo in the center. Of course, we have some custom cable extensions and a set of 120mm fan grills with the UV green Razer logo in the center. A lot of people are not into the fan grills, but I personally like it. I think it adds some spice to the build, but yeah, anyways. Okay, let's not drop that. But yeah, these are pretty much all the parts I'm going to be using in the build. I will be custom painting the case itself and adding extra mods in the water-cooled build, so make sure you guys have notifications enabled for that. It's going to be an epic video, of course, but you guys know what time it is. It's time to zip it, cue the music, and let you guys enjoy this montage. Alright, so the PC is finally complete, and I think it looks pretty sick if I say so myself. The custom mods really spiced up the build, and I personally think the fan grills were a great addition because the fans on the side here are used as intake, blowing cold air inside the case, which means that I had to mount them backwards, and the fan grills helped cover up the sticker and the cables. The rest of the lighting from the SSD covers, the GPU backplate light up the PC beautifully, and I couldn't be more happy with the way it turned out. I'm gonna save the gaming benchmarks when I convert this into a water-cooled PC, but what I wanna focus on in this video is the RGB lighting. As you can see, I built a quick setup using some Razer gear. We got the Huntsman Elite gaming keyboard, the Mamba Elite Chroma gaming mouse, and the Goliathus extended RGB gaming mousepad. I did set the lighting to solid green right now, which blends perfectly with the color scheme of the build, but we're not really taking advantage of the chroma lighting. You could do so much more with it, which is why I'm gonna spice it up a bit so it's not looking so bland. I'm gonna be using Razer Synapse to control the lighting on the Razer Gear Connected, including the case, since it is a Razer edition, so let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so once you open up Razer Synapse, on the top here, you'll see the list of your devices. We got the mouse pad, mouse, case, and the keyboard. Also down here under modules, you can control your macros. You can even control the lighting from Philips Hue. So if you have a Philips Hue RGB bulb or even an RGB strip on your desk, you can control and sync the lighting through here as well, which is pretty cool. And then on the left over here, we have Chroma Studio. All right, so let's go into Chroma Studio, and on here you guys can see all the devices we have connected, and over here is where we can customize the lighting. If you want to change the lighting on all the connected devices, you can either use the mouse and just drag over everything, or go up here and click on everything. Then you can come over here and select any color you want from the color wheel, or set any presets, which you can also customize yourself. So let's say if you find the color you want, you can just come down here, hit the plus sign, and it'll save automatically down here. After all that, just hit save, and you can see everything changed to that selected color. Now obviously we're gonna keep everything green just to match the color scheme of the build, but we're gonna add an effect because I feel like solid color is a little bland. So we're gonna try and spice things up a bit. So we're gonna go down here and add an effect. Just to give you guys an example, we're gonna go with spectrum cycling. We're gonna go up here and delete static because this is layered. So we're gonna delete that, and then we're gonna select everything and save. As you guys can see, it's gonna cycle through all the colors slowly, and you can even control the speed over here on the top right. What's really cool about Chroma Studio is the level of customization it gives you. So you can not only control the entire strip, but you can control individual sections of that RGB strip. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna do every other section just to kind of give you guys a demonstration. I'm gonna do blue and then save. So as you guys can see here, every other section of that strip is gonna be blue. Same thing goes for the other gears. So let's zoom in a little bit and go down to the keyboard area. And you can kind of see which areas are separated. So you can select any area from the actual border lighting or the keys itself. Even on the actual mouse itself, you can do the scroll wheel, you can do the Razer logo, or any section of the side glow. Okay, so let's go back here and give it an effect. My personal favorite is Ripple, so we're gonna click on Ripple down here. We're gonna go ahead and select everything. And over here, we're gonna select what color we want the ripple effect to have. Again, we're gonna try to stick to green, so this has a nice gradient of green from dark to light. So we're gonna go with this. And I'm gonna go down here and hit save. For now, I'm gonna go back and delete static, and then hit save. So now we have the ripple effect programmed in our devices, and by default, nothing lights up until you press a key or any button. As you guys can see, the ripple effect begins from whatever key you press and kind of just spreads out to the rest of your devices. Same thing with the mouse. So if I click, the ripple effect starts from the mouse and just spreads out to the rest of your gear, which is really cool. Personally, I don't like how the lighting is off by default. So we're gonna try and change that, but still keep the ripple effect. So we're gonna go down here and add static. We're gonna go ahead and select everything, change that to green, and then hit save. Now because static is layered on top of ripple, that's gonna take priority no matter what. So our ripple effect is no longer going to work, as you guys can see. Now the way to change that is we're actually gonna drag static underneath ripple. We're gonna hit save. And now we get static color by default, but we also get the ripple effect. So if we click on a button or a key, as you guys can see, the ripple effect still works. That's another cool thing about the Chroma Studio is you can actually layer effects like that. Another cool thing about Razer Synapse is that it's compatible with MSI Mystic Lite. As you guys can see, we are using an MSI motherboard and a graphics card, so we can actually use Chroma Studio and control the lighting, not just on the motherboard, but also the RAM sticks and the GPU itself. So if you go back to Chroma Studio and click on the MSI Mystic Lite option, you can control the lighting on here. So let's just go blue, for example, just to show you guys a demonstration. And you can see the RAM sticks, the infinity mirror, and the GPU all change to the color blue. Let's go back and give it a ripple effect. So I'm gonna click on ripple, make sure everything is green. Also make sure the static color is green as well. So select everything, green. And as you guys can see, every time I hit a key, it will ripple from the peripherals to the PC case, motherboard, RAM, and the GPU. The only downside to this is that Chroma Studio won't let you configure individual sections of the motherboard. You have to, unfortunately, select the entire thing. So there's no option to select, let's say, one of the RAM sticks or maybe just the GPU itself. You have to change the colors or effects on all of those. Now, I don't know if they're gonna change that in a later update, but with this current version of Razer Synapse, unfortunately, that is all I can do. So that's how you control those three parts. The only other things that you can control on here are the RGB fans and the cooler, which are from Corsair. You would have to use the iCUE software for that. And finally, you have the RGB backplate and the SSD covers, which are controlled with the included RGB remote. And now for the giveaway on the Razer gear. If you guys want to enter for a chance to win the Razer Mamba Elite Gaming Mouse, Black Widow Elite Gaming Keyboard, and the Galathis Extended Mousepad, all you guys have to do is drop a like on the video and leave a comment down below about anything in this video that has nothing to do with the giveaway itself. Please do not mention anything about the giveaway. And that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by leaving a simple like, and if you didn't, you know what to do. Make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss out on the epic water-cooled PC using this case. I'll drop a link to all the parts you saw in this video down below. I love your beautiful faces. I will see you in the next video. Peace.